Do you feel the silent thief creeping into the corners of your mind? A relentless chatter that steals your serenity, leaving behind a storm of restless thoughts? It's the whisper of overthinking, a labyrinth of what-ifs and should-haves that keeps you from the present. You're not alone. This is a struggle that echoes through countless hearts. But what if I told you there is a path, an ancient wisdom, that can lead you from the chaos to a haven of inner peace? Buddhism, with its timeless teachings, offers a refuge from the whirlwind. In this video, we will explore 6 profound Buddhist principles that can illuminate your path to a calmer, more centered existence. By the end of this journey, you'll not just understand, you'll feel the shift. If you're ready to embark on this exploration of inner peace and claim the serenity that's rightfully yours, type "ready" in the comments below, and let's begin. Don't forget to subscribe and join our growing community of seekers on the path to enlightenment. 1. The illusion of time, the sanctuary of now. The sands of the past have already slipped through our fingers, and the future remains veiled in the mists of possibility. Yet, our minds often become battlegrounds, replaying yesterday's dramas or staging tomorrow's anxieties. We find ourselves imprisoned by echoes of "if only" and haunted by shadows of what might be. But dear friends, the Buddha gently reminds us that true life, true peace, blooms only in the present moment. He called us to a sacred space beyond the pull of time, to a realm where regret and anticipation fall silent, and we may enter into a sanctuary called now. Consider the image of a lotus flower. It grows from muddy water, yet unfolds in perfect beauty, untouched by the murk from which it sprung. Similarly, our minds can rise above the chaos of past and future, blooming into a present moment of pure awareness. The Buddha asks us, why do you chase the ghosts of the past and the fantasies of tomorrow? What is this that you abandon the life you now live? He invites us to release our grasp on yesterday's failures or tomorrow's worries, instead to fully immerse ourselves in the symphony of the present. Think of a time when you've stood in awe of a sunset or felt the joy of a child's laughter. Did you find yourself in that moment entangled by past grievances or future apprehensions? No, these moments of pure joy are found in absolute presence, where we simply are. The mind quietens. In the now, there are no ghosts of yesterday nor fantasies of tomorrow. There is only the moment unfolding in its sacred perfection. Learning to inhabit the present is to choose freedom from the endless cycle of mental chatter. It is to choose a life lived fully. In the modern world, with its relentless pace and endless demands, the practice of living in the now may feel challenging. Our smartphones ping, our emails clamor, and our to-do lists seem to grow exponentially. But in all of this chaos, this moment right now is all that we truly possess. We can choose to be swept away by the storm, or we can find the stillness in the eye of the storm. This is not simply about existing. This is about truly living. This is where our truest power resides. This is where we truly heal. This is our sanctuary. This is now. 2. The sky of mind, clouds of thought. Our minds are boundless skies, vast and serene, yet they are often obscured by clouds of thought. We can easily get caught in the belief that we are our thoughts. We allow them to define us, to dictate our moods and our actions. We believe that if we think them, they are therefore true. We hold on tight to the passing fancies that pass through our minds like a drowning person gripping a life raft. We cling to what we believe is true, and we forget that thoughts, like clouds, are transient, ever-shifting, and do not define the essence of the sky. The Buddha urges us to witness our thoughts, to observe them rather than be swept away by them. Thoughts, he explained, are like clouds in the sky. They come and they go. Do not cling to them. Do not resist them. Let them pass. Imagine a child watching the clouds roll by on a summer's day. They see shapes, colors, and forms ever-changing with each passing moment. The child does not judge the clouds. They do not try to make them stay. They simply watch, enjoying the show. The sky is always there, ever present. It is not changed by any cloud that passes. Our minds too are like the sky. We are not changed or defined by the thoughts that pass through. We learn to recognize the difference between who we are and the passing thoughts, feelings and sensations that come and go. This detachment is the key to breaking free from the illusion that our thoughts are us. In modern society, where our thoughts are constantly stimulated by social media, news feeds, and digital distractions, it's easy to become overwhelmed. The internet has become a giant playground for our minds, where we constantly encounter different forms of thought and opinion. It is here that we may become entangled, lost in the world of what we think. We must remember to step back and become the observer, recognizing that all of these things are just passing clouds. We do not have to give power to the thoughts. We can step back and simply watch them with compassionate detachment. We are not our thoughts, we are the quiet space in which all thoughts come and go. This is our true self, our eternal, unchanging true self. This is the peace that awaits within. Let us not allow the clouds to obscure the sky. Let us remember our true nature. Vast, silent, still, and ever-present. 3. The dance of control, surrender, and grace. We are creatures of control, forever attempting to orchestrate the world to our liking. We analyze, we strategize, we obsess, believing that through sheer willpower we can control our lives, our relationships, our outcomes. But oh, the weight we carry when we try to hold onto the unholdable. The Buddha teaches us that our suffering is born not from the circumstances we find ourselves in but from how we react to them. We may not always choose the circumstance, but we always choose how we respond to it. We often feel like we're pushing a boulder uphill, expending all of our energy in a futile effort. We get stuck in analysis paralysis, trying to figure out all the possibilities, worrying about all the things that could go wrong. We grasp tight to the illusion of control, all the while we feel overwhelmed, stressed, and exhausted. This need to control, this struggle with what is, creates within us an internal battle, a disharmony. Instead, the Buddha invites us to surrender, to let go, and to embrace a flow of life. When we release our grasp, we find that the path forward reveals itself as if by magic. Imagine a dance, a graceful waltz. Do the partners force their steps? No, they yield to the music, flowing together with the natural rhythm. We too may choose to surrender to the flow of life, to release the illusion of control, to accept what we cannot change, and to find beauty within the mystery. It is in this surrender that we find the most profound and empowering freedom. As they say, the greatest power is in the surrender. This is not about giving up, but it is about letting go of the constant need to control the course of the river of life. In our modern lives, we are constantly reminded that we need to be in control. We have to be on top of our game, in charge, and always know what is next. This belief, this addiction to control, can keep us trapped in the cycle of overthinking and stress. But what if we dared to surrender? What if we trusted that life has a wisdom far beyond our own limited understanding? What if we stepped out of our small minds and opened our hearts to receive all that life wishes to give us? When we choose to embrace the moment, release our grip on what we cannot control, and trust in the flow, we find a profound ease, a liberation in every step. 4. The anchor of breath, the song of serenity. Mindfulness is the sacred art of living consciously. It's the practice of turning our attention inward, awakening our senses and bringing awareness to the beauty that exists in every moment. One of the simplest and most profound ways to cultivate mindfulness is to anchor ourselves in the breath. In moments of overthinking, when our minds are spinning out of control, our breath is like a lifeline that brings us back to ourselves, to the now, to the peace that lies within. The breath is the life force that flows through us. It is the rhythm of our being, the song that connects us to the heartbeat of the universe. The Buddha taught that when the mind is calm, the breath is calm. This simple truth reveals the profound connection between our mental state and our physical existence. When we focus our attention on our breath, we quiet the inner chatter, we silence the noise, and return to our sacred space in our heart. Picture yourself sitting quietly, eyes gently closed. Feel the air entering your nostrils, filling your lungs, and slowly exiting. Each breath is like a gentle wave, rising and falling in perfect rhythm. You are not controlling your breath, you are simply witnessing it. As your attention deepens, you'll notice that your thoughts begin to settle, like dust in the breeze. The present moment becomes a haven, and the mind naturally finds its stillness. The breath is the anchor, the tether that keeps us rooted in the present, away from the chaos of overthinking. In modern life, our breath is often shallow and hurried, mirroring the frantic pace of our minds. We may not even realize how tense our body is until we take a moment to consciously breathe. When we create a sacred space for ourselves, when we choose to return to our breath, we are making a conscious choice for peace. We are choosing to awaken the present moment by focusing on our breath. It's like tuning into a sacred melody. The song of serenity is always playing within us. We need only quiet the mind and consciously choose to listen. 5. The freedom of simplicity, the grace of letting go. Our modern world has become a labyrinth of excess and complexity. We are constantly bombarded by more possessions, more information, more obligations, more stuff to weigh us down. We grasp tight to all that we accumulate, believing that it defines us, that it is essential for our happiness. The Buddha gently reminds us that true joy lies not in the accumulation of things, but in the simplicity of being. He tells us to release the burden of excess and to focus our attention on the simplicity of the here and now. This is where true freedom is found. The Buddha often spoke about the beauty of simplicity, both in our thoughts and actions. He encourages us to release all of the unnecessary clutter, the distractions, and the expectations that weigh us down. He teaches us that happiness is not something that needs to be chased after or earned. It is a way of being, found in the simple moments of every day. When we simplify, we free our minds from the endless cycle of striving and comparing. We release the grip, and in that release we find peace. Imagine a Zen garden, with its carefully placed stones, its raked sand, its tranquil atmosphere. There is nothing superfluous, nothing unnecessary. Everything serves a purpose. There is beauty in the empty spaces, beauty in the simplicity, and this beauty is found in our own inner sanctuary, when we remove all that is unnecessary. When we live simply, we live intentionally. We become free of all the external and internal chatter, and we are left with the beauty of the present moment. We realize that everything that we need, we already have. In our modern lives, many of us live in a state of constant distraction and desire, forever wanting more. We are driven by social pressures, by images of perfection, by a deep feeling of lack. But what if we dared to let go of the clutter, both external and internal? What if we chose to release the burden of our possessions and our desires? What if we chose to live intentionally, with purpose, with appreciation for all that we already have? When we choose to embrace simplicity, we embrace freedom. We release the endless pursuit of more, and we finally find the peace and joy that comes from the freedom of simply being. 6. The flow of change, dancing with impermanence. Impermanence, the constant flow of change, is one of the most fundamental principles of Buddhist philosophy. It is the truth that nothing is permanent, that everything is in a continuous state of flux, that both joy and sorrow will eventually fade and give way to something new. This may feel uncomfortable in our modern desire for control, yet it is within this truth that we find deep and profound freedom. We often suffer because we cling to the illusion of permanence. We want our good moments to last forever, and we fear that our bad moments will never end. The Buddha gently reminds us that this is not the way of life. He encourages us to let go of the fear of change and to embrace the natural ebb and flow of our existence. He teaches us to view life as a river, where everything is constantly moving, flowing, changing. When we embrace the impermanence of life, we find that even our struggles, our worries, and our anxieties are temporary. They too will pass. Visualize a beautiful sunset, the myriad of colors fading into the night. Do we try to hold onto the light? No. We watch with gratitude and appreciation, knowing that the sun will rise again. This is the way of all life, where everything moves through the cycles of existence. When we accept the truth of impermanence, we understand that everything is transient and that nothing truly remains the same. This is not a cause for sadness or despair. It's a call to find appreciation and gratitude in every moment. In our modern society, we often resist the natural flow of change. We grasp tight to our comfortable routines, our relationships, our possessions, as though they will always remain the same. Yet, life is dynamic, ever-evolving, and we must be ready to flow with the river. What if we dared to surrender to the flow of life? What if we chose to release our fears of change and embrace the beauty that is found in every moment, knowing that each moment is new? In the recognition of impermanence, we find a profound sense of peace and a deep appreciation for all that life brings. We learn to dance with the ever-changing rhythm of life, knowing that even our struggles will pass, and that joy and peace always await in the next sunrise. Beloved friends, we've explored the path laid out by the ancient wisdom of Buddhism, a path that can lead us from the chaos of overthinking to the sanctuary of inner peace. These teachings are not merely concepts, but they are invitations to transform the very way we experience life. If you are ready to embrace the present moment, release your fears, and allow the river of life to carry you to serenity, then I encourage you to continue on your journey with mindfulness and compassion. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and the journey of peace begins within your own heart. I thank you for joining me on this exploration, and I deeply honor your path. Your support nourishes the energy we wish to share on this channel. So if this journey resonated with your soul, please click the subscribe button and join our community of light, where we continue to expand our consciousness, grow in wisdom, and heal our hearts. And please share in the comments any insights, experiences, or questions you might have. Your voice is a part of our collective journey, and your feedback helps me to better serve this sacred community. Until our next gathering, may peace and loving kindness fill your every step. May you be blessed, may you be free, and may we all awaken in the light of awareness. See you in the next video.